Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm gonna go to the cryptocurrency market. I didn't do any videos today. I had some things going on. I was on Twitter, so if you missed it, I usually give little updates on Twitter on what I think is going on, like posting these charts and stuff like that. So on my Twitter page, which is right here, is talking about Ethereum grayscale and just the ideas that you watch all these YouTube channels and like they just say, avoid altcoins, stay away from altcoins. Well, I post example of that if basically right around the bottom of June, end of June, and you picked up Quant, Matic, Ethereum, Binance Coin, and Chili's, you would have doubled your money, like just with those right there. So I just don't see what the big deal is. I mean, granted, it's a bear market bounce, if you will, but still, there's some pretty strong assets, in my opinion, according to the charts. There's altcoin charts that look a lot better than Bitcoin's chart. A lot better than Bitcoin's chart. Bitcoin's chart's not looking good at all, guys. So I wanted to show you guys, this is Ethereum grayscale, okay? And as you can see, it went up into a wave, and of course, it's all the way over here and came all the way down to test it without breaking it. So Ethereum grayscale is at the moment of truth, in my opinion. If it breaks it, I guess that's signaling that Ethereum has not such great times ahead, because now this whole thing is just very, very ugly, guys. It's very ugly. To correct this wave all the way back down to here. So what will happen is more than likely it'll come down here, and then there'll be a bounce, and then it's going to be swinging back down over here. So you're talking like possibly not a multi-year, but however long one of these waves takes is like almost a year for that wave to complete, just under a year for that wave, and then bounce, and then another year over here. So you really, if you want any hope like to the market now, can this come down and then like do some sort of fluke? It possibly could, but I wouldn't count on it too much. It did come right down and tested it. It's $7.43 post, so maybe it's done. It does look like to me that it's done. If you go to an hour chart, you can see plainly, here's your 1, 2, there's the 3. There's your lowest peak, back up on the 4, and it came down to a 5, and you can plainly see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's a lot of extended fifth waves I've been seeing all over the place, just like this, which is a signal that's telling you when you have extended fifth wave is you have massive selling. People, whoever decided to get out of this asset, they decided to do it recently. After all this, after all that, they decided to sell right here. Me personally, I wouldn't do that. Well, it depends on when I got it. I would have sold up there, but like right here is like a good setup, man. You could pick this up for 743 when it opens, the pre-markets, and you have your stop right there at 698 to see if it does a bounce, and it should do a bounce with this 5-wave sequence. But since it's done right here, what is it going to do over here? So I just want to let you guys know that. But what that reminds me of too, this reminds me of right here coming down, it comes down like this, up, and then bam, just like so. It reminds me of Ethereum over here. When it came up into this wave, it went down, shot up, and then bam. See? Just like that. That's what that reminds me of. Boom. So that could be a second wave correction, kind of like ETH's second wave correction over here back in from June of 19 to March of 2020. Back up, bam. You see the similarities? Back up, bam. So it's got to maintain that low, guys. It has to maintain that low. It's coming out, it came down and tested it. You can see, look how close that is. It wicked right down to it. So going over Bitcoin, and I wanted to show you guys, I just found this today. I was looking at the CME futures. The CME futures wicked all the way down to, let me get rid of that, 14,900. It's 14,900, guys. 965. 14,965 is what it wicked down to. So now with Bitcoin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the GBTC chart. You see the drop that ETH Grayscale did today? 15%. It was a 15% dump today. Like all the TradFi markets were doing a moonshot. I mean, Bitcoin wasn't too bad. It was only down 3%, but Ethereum, that was down 15% today. Like it was like worse than an altcoin, guys. Just to let you guys know that. So here's the deal with this. I put this Grayscale because, you know, this is starting to get really frustrating here with this Grayscale. This chart, it needs to finish sometime here soon. Because if it starts coming down like below below here, which is still a far drop, that's still a far drop. Now it's going to be breaking a structure and it's not even bullish anymore. Like this was like ABC, and then it's going to do ABC. It's going to be like a crappy altcoin going into the future. And if it does that, you know, I mean, you can trade it. You know, I don't do moonshots when Ethereum does moonshots, but it won't be a long-term investment if it does that. I wouldn't do it. With it, what I did is this was the candle body it came down with. And what I did is I tried to get this trend as good as I could get it with the exact touch to bring it over here to see where it needed to come down and touch. Now, can it go through there? It could. It could go through there, guys, a little bit, kind of like it did right here, and go through there and hit like 743 and finally finish this off, and then maintain this bullish divergence on the weekly. Let me go to the daily and maintain that bullish divergence on the daily too. And it should maintain it because that's the third wave. And then this wave right here, if you can see that on the daily, on the RSI, let me open that up for you. You see that? This should come down and it should be up here, making a divergence on that wave, telling you that's a 5-wave move. So let me go into that wave. I'll show you what I'm looking at with this this wave right here. Okay. So GBTC is a little bit different just because it has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's back down to here. But then also too, it has this whole section up here for, you know, possibly a 1, 2. And this whole 2, how long did this 2 take? It basically took 9 days. So it could come down and then come back into a 4 and still swing down again. So that's the other thing with it. This is completing this sequence here to come down like so. I'll put the line on there so you can see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it's working on this 5th wave down on that sequence. So GBTC probably has more to go, which means Bitcoin has more to go. And I figured if GBTC is going to have probably at least an 8% drop with potential 10%, that's what Bitcoin is going to have. Probably, you know, right around that. Let's just say 10%. It probably might not be as much because these are dropping. It seems like they're dropping a little bit more than these coins, than this coin over here. So if Bitcoin is going to drop another 10%, it's going basically down to 15,000 or real close to that 14,900, which is where the CME, the futures chart went to. So more than likely, this is going to be going down to 14.5 potentially. And then Bitcoin's target for me right now is going to be this 14.8, 9 area, right in this area to drag that down. So that's what I'm looking at, guys, is something like that. I mean, this is an impulsive move and it's correcting 3 and it could come up again. So the target might not be that low. It might only be like back down to say 15.2 or something like that. And that's it. Okay. So if GBTC, let me go back to GBTC over here for you guys. GBTC is going to be finished here, might come over, burn up some more time and come back over here, then that would be the end of it. The whole thing is it's going to take some time. Like this wave right here is a slow wave for an asset like this. It's the momentum is slowing down usually. So it could take some time, go into a correction for 8 days, and then it's got to do another one for probably another week or 2. So you're looking at probably all the way until I would say a month, potentially a month. I mean, it'd be nice if it just dropped and be done with it, but it's not going to. It's just burning up time, burning up time, burning up time. So that's what's going to probably be even more frustrating about it. And what will that do for Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin will be going into its section, its correction. And let me go to a daily chart. Let me see which one. I'm on the wrong one. I need to go to this one. And Bitcoin will be down here. And that area could complete the correction. And then it should maintain, it'll maintain that bullish divergence because Bitcoin, that RSI on the daily right here is still right there. So this should come down and not break that RSI. And then it'll be lower, probably even lower in price. It'll still have that bullish divergence. And it'll still have that bullish divergence on the weekly too. It's kind of what I'm looking at. Like right there, it could come down quite a bit on the weekly and still maintain that bullish divergence right there, guys. Now this whole $10,000 Bitcoin area, you really don't want it to get down here. You know, that becomes an issue long-term for Bitcoin, in my opinion, guys. That's like, you know, you don't want it to be making a big break of that structure. It could do that, but it's going to be a struggle for it down here if it does that, guys. You know, you're looking probably at a lot of sideways for a long, long time, and then finally it gets out of there. So as an asset, I'm not saying the crypto market, of course, there'll be cryptos you can get into that will be going fine, but Bitcoin won't. So, you know, obviously the cryptos can do a lot better, but you're going to have to be more selective on the cryptos that you get. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the cryptos. This is a very confusing time right now because you have the DXY is obviously topped. You know, it finally broke this trend. Here it is on the weekly. It's looking like the 10-year treasuries are peaking too. If you go over the 10-year treasuries and check those out, they potentially could have peaked a little bit more time. And then you have the Dow Jones did a moonshot of like 15, 16% up in its recent wave, way more than anything. And then the NASDAQ did it today, right? A little bit of the SPX did a little bit today. So, and then the Dow's in a correction. The DXY is finished. Gold looks like it's taking off now. You know, like lots of people were so sure that well, gold, I wasn't going to, you know, I just said, look, guys, gold's not going down to $1,000. I don't know why they're coming up with that number, but they just did. But it's finally out of there. The DXY is done and gold's finally doing its shot out of there. So you can see, you know, 16, it's up like that. So let's go over the cryptos. I'll show you the cryptos. Okay, so like here's the crypto. Now, I don't have the whole chart, but obviously ADA is doing really, really well. It's holding up. Okay, it's holding up better, most better than all the other coins. It's probably near bottom. That's why somewhere in this area or maybe down a little bit more. If you get it for 30 cents, I know somebody said I would get it for 30 cents. Good luck. It hit 31 on the nose. I saw that the other day. So if you wanted it for 30 cents, probably should have got it for 31. Algorand is another one. I think it's going to be fine, guys. You know, as long as it doesn't break that area, that basically 22 or 23 cents, I think it'd be okay. It looks like it tagged it. So I would be okay with Algorand, even though it whipped down and broke that low over there. Plus, I just think it's a strong coin and it has potential over there with Algorand. So you have other coins. AVAX is like kind of breaking its structure a little bit. It's kind of like a near protocol. I wouldn't mess with it, guys, right now. Aave is another one. You can see up on a wave, and it's maintaining that sequence. 3-wave down. Aave would be one you want to put on the list. Atom is going to be another one to put on the list. You know, wave up, and it has a structure down. You want to keep on your list. Aleph Zero is another one up on a wave, and it's maintaining that structure. Went all the way down to 79, got sucked back up. BNB, of course, is like, you know, it's strong. It's going to be strong. Bitcoin, Chili's is another one. You know, it wicked down to the 14 cents and now it's all the way up 21. Chili's is another one you don't want to write off. Probably want to be checking that one out. Casper is another one you want to put on your list. Be checking that one out too. You can see with Casper, you know, up in a wave, it's corrected it down deep in the RSI. Colt Dow, I'm still waiting for Colt Dow to get down here, guys. This is degen play. Be careful, you know, doing those types of moves. Polkadot Polkadot's okay, I think, guys. It's over here like that. I really don't care for it. I don't think you're going to get as much price appreciation with Polkadot as you are in some other assets. Elron, I think is still pretty good. It maintains that low right there. It has a good, strong sequence from buying back here. And you can see that Elron, as far as the dump, it didn't do as bad as some of the, obviously, the other coins, and still didn't break the low. So that says something for it. To do a dump and still maintain the low is good. Ethereum, of course, is always good for the most part, but it still has its sequence. Energy web token up into a wave. You can see right there, 5-wave sequence. It's over here. This is one with a nice setup right here. Okay, you want to pay attention to, in my opinion. I went over Flux a little bit. It is definitely testing the limits. Make sure Flux right here maintains that low. It looks like it's going to. It's just finishing a correction and testing your widths to see if it's going to break it. Phantom. I do like Phantom, but it has broken that low over there. But it's doing a good job in this area, maintaining that 18, 19 cents. So that's a good sign. Gala is another one that is doing fairly well, holding that sequence. I don't have the whole chart with all the structure it has over there. But between Gala and Sandbox, Gala, in my opinion, is going to be the winner on the next deal right here, guys. So Hex, like I said, just wait for the reaction for Hex right there, guys. It's so far so good for Hex. ICP broke its structure quite a bit. It wicked through here, trying to bounce back up into there. You know, this is the lowest it's ever been back here. So eventually it's gonna break these highs. You know, it just depends on how you want it. I still hold a little bit of ICP, guys. So Injective Protocol is another one. You check this one out in this area. You know, it has a funky wave, but it hasn't broken the low from over here. So, and it went deep in the RSI. So it has good, decent signals. KDA is another one. It's more of my degen play. I picked up some at 96 cents, and it's holding on to that area pretty good. Kusama is, I don't want to see it really break this box right here, guys, at the bottom of that area. It really needs to hold on to that. Lido Dow is another one I would not write off. Up in a wave, coming back in 3. This is a really decent setup. Chainlink, so far so good with Chainlink. It's holding on strong. It just made a really big mess in here. So don't underestimate Chainlink. It's pretty decent. And then Matic obviously came down, tested, it's up there. And, you know, Matic hasn't broke any significant structures yet, guys. It's going to just probably test you. Metis is up in 5, back in 3. It's fine as long as it maintains that 1463 low. Near Protocol is going to be, in my opinion, based off the chart data. This is not good for Near. Coming back down to these areas, if it breaks past that $1.56, I would definitely take Near off your list. Okay. Not to say they can't pump, guys, but and it will pump pretty good. You're just there's gonna be better assets. The assets you want to be in are the assets that haven't broken a sequence and maintain their structure. Like Vulcan Forge right here hasn't broken that 263 low, made a massive dump, and it maintained it. Okay. Unlike Bitcoin is at a new low, right? It has no bullish structure at all. Bitcoin has no bullish structure at all. It's completely 100% bearish. Unlike Quant has a bullish structure. Quant is so far so good. Don't think it's going to be done there. When it's finished here, I think Quant's going to swing up and then swing back down. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I think, guys. Rose is good as long as it maintains that low, that 0.042 low. Render token. Render token needs to maintain that 37 cents on render. And then synthetics maintain the $1.45 low over there. This is actually pretty decent for synthetics. Solana, you know, that's just a bearish structure, guys. There's just no doubt about that on Solana. You know, it just doesn't look good for Solana, guys. It's all the way down there, broke that. Here's this area. So not to say Solana can't go back up. Do I still have Solana? Yes, I do. I'm not going to sell it right now. Just wait for it. I don't think it's going to go to 0, but you never know. It is crypto, right? Sol Phantasma came down and tested that low. It just needs to maintain that 12 cents. That was my original target, was 12 cents on Sol Phantasma. So this is not a shocker to me. it is concerning a little bit for an asset like this. It's high risk. Let's see. UFO gaming, now the gaming, this is up in a wave and it's coming back over here. So in this area for UFO gaming, you want to pay attention to that coin. That is a good sequence. These are other coins that you want to pay attention to. Uniswap, I would pay attention to that coin. And also VeChain, I would be paying attention to VeChain because of all this structure over here. It hasn't broken through anything, unlike Sandbox has broken through all that. Sandbox is not looking good, guys. I just be doing. So the other coin I want to do, I did a video on it yesterday. And now that was obviously you can see right here up in a wave and it's only right there. You know, look at that. That's a bullish structure, guys. That's a bullish structure. Bitcoin is not a bullish structure. It's not. It's just not, you know. I mean, if you knew nothing about, like if you knew very little about charts, and I'll put it to you this way: if you had a mind of a 5-year-old, you showed the 5-year-old that chart, and then you showed the 5-year-old Bitcoin chart. You're like, hey, 5-year-old, I want my coin, I want my money, you know, I want it to go up. I want it to go up. Which one should I pick? And he would go, hey, I'll pick that one. It looks good to me. That's what he would do. I'm telling you, that's what he would do. He'd say, pick that one. It looks better. So, all right, guys, that's the end of my video. I just wanted to go over some coins. I know there's some coins that I'm missing, like one that I'm going to be interested in that I'm watching right now too, which is Morpheus. Where's Morpheus here? Oh yeah, Morpheus network came down, did a correction. It's probably a fourth wave, guys, for Morpheus, and it came down nice and deep. So more likely, if you're in Morpheus, it's going to complete a fifth wave and then do a correction. Okay, but this, you see that? You see that, guys? You see? I know it's an altcoin, risky altcoin. Don't dare go into these things because they're all going to go to zero. You got to just stay in Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin. You know how much money you'd be making if you just were only in Bitcoin. Now, I'm not talking about trading Bitcoin and doing leverage trades. I'm just saying you buy spot Bitcoin in June for 17,500 and you wrote it up to 25. Well, you make 30%. You made 30% on Bitcoin. And then let's say you shorted it down, you made 100% or something like that. Well, this right here, say you were late to the party, you already went up right there. Look at that, 300%. I don't know about you, but, you know, a coin goes up, ride the wave. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching and making it all the way to the end of my video. Do appreciate that. And new subscribers, I do appreciate you too. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.